fighting for the greatest breakfast ever.
Sometimes you go into things not really knowing what to expect. It's an everyday thing for me. I'm a detective. Private investigator, see? My name's Saul. Detective Saul Vitt. And I always get the crook I'm after.
Victor Vitt. How you doing? I come all the way from San Antonio. We're desperate. I come all the way to Indy Harbor for your help. Can you help us? We need your services.
For the red press. I'll do it.
What do we got? The victim's name is Don Marengo. He's a theology teacher of this private school. We got a case of poisoning and post-mortem trauma to the front of the head.
Poison didn't do it, so you gotta finish him off.
We only got an ID on him. No pictures, just $1 to his name. Dry as a bone.
Teaches salaries these days, huh?
Oh, see?
Hang on, officer. We gotta check this place out. These spikes, no doubt about that. It's baseball, dude.
Hey, Mr. Brother Stanley called in at 7:30 this morning.
Where can I find him?
Whether it be in the chapel or in his office.
Hang on, this kid. find this broad.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. And how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
It's been quite a day for us.
Yes, sir. Came here to ask you a few questions.
Surely.
Let's take a seat.
Sure.
So how'd you find it this morning?
This morning when he was in the dining room, he was just bent over. Usually he might fall asleep, but he's easy to arouse. So that's when we got kind of concerned and, what happened. And we had to call the police. Do you have any idea what happened?
I found a baseball bat outside. Quite possibly might have been the burner weapon. You know anybody who might belong to or who's good?
I'm not sure. One of our good baseball players is Jerry Howard.
All right, you know where I might find him?
He's probably out on the baseball field.
It looked like there was a lot of festivities going on out there. I might go check that out.
A lot of activity, yes.
And also, while investigating the murder scene, I found some of Marengo's notes on the table. It said to help Cheryl Grace. You know who that might be and where I might find her?
I think she's out at the grotto. You might want to go out there and check on her.
Alright, I'll do that. Do you mind if I could get into Mr. Marengo's room or anything?
Oh, that's fine. I better get a key that you can get into his room. I think this will open it.
Alright.
You can use that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're certainly welcome.
Thank you for your time.
Let us know.
Yes, sir.
I went into Mr. Marengo's room with an open mind, not really knowing what I'd find. But what a coincidence that I found Jerry Howard's ID on Mr. Marengo's desk the day he was murdered.
Hello, senor.
I'll take that. Jerry Howard? Yes, sir, I am.
Very cute right here.
Jerry Howard.
You a fan of baseball?
Very much.
See, there's a lot of festivities going on here.
Oh, this is the annual alumni tournament. Have it every year. Every graduate class from back to Holy Cross.
Every graduate class is sick.
Yes, sir. Every
By a
graduate
chance,
class.
Mr. Marengo be here?
Should be.
Should be.
Should be.
But he's not.
You know about him. He was a nice man. I don't know what happened to Mr. Marengo.
He's dead now.
Really?
Yes.
What happened to him? I could see it in his eyes. He was innocent. Like a puppy and a cat trying to climb into the same shoe. I finally got myself out of that ridiculous getup. I had to move on. My next lead was a girl. Cheryl Grace. Photographer. See what I can find. Cheryl?
Yes.
Cheryl Grace?
Yes.
Exactly, you taking pictures of?
I'm taking pictures of the grotto. Is there any type of problem?
Nothing. Just thought I'd ask what's going on. You seem pretty focused on those roses right there.
Yes, because they were placed here in honor of our mother, of course. Just taking pictures of the scenery.
Your mother? Came out of that thing?
No, it's the patron saint of our school. Therefore, we call her mother.
The only mother I ever knew was Rebecca. That old gal. God rest her soul. I have a few questions for you, Cheryl. Where were you this morning at the hour of 7:30?
Well, I was making breakfast.
Making breakfast?
Yes.
Making breakfast for Mr. Marengo, huh?
No. Why would I make breakfast for Mr. Marengo?
Really? You weren't making breakfast for him?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no clue.
You have no clue what I'm talking about at all. Yet, on his to-do list, it said, help Cheryl Grace. Would you have any idea what that might be about?
Yes, he helps me with the yearbook. He's been helping me plan it out and do everything. Therefore, he's now taking control over the yearbook, so I have nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
No,
Kind of feel like he's stealing your jazz, huh?
kinda is.
Gives you reason. Feels like the yearbook ain't run by students anymore.
It's not.
It's not. Are you upset about that?
I'm very upset. It's supposed to be run by students, not teachers.
Since Mr. Marengo's been taking over this yearbook, you've been growing more and more in discontent with him, haven't you? And one day, this day, in fact, you finally snapped. And you poisoned him in his house. One of the only brothers' house we have in San Antonio that actually lives on this beautiful campus.
I was angry about the yearbook. I wouldn't have killed him. Honestly, I don't have the heart to kill him.
You don't have the heart? Things just don't add up.
You know who it could have been?
Who?
Monica Belmont.
Monica Belmont.
Yes.
Who might that be?
She's a track captain. When I was driving up this morning, I saw her running and she spent right past the brother's house. You could ask her. Then Mr. Marengo didn't let her go to state and she was very mad.
Not going to state. Might be enough reason for somebody to murder him. Where might I find Monica?
I believe she's on the track. You can go find her there. She just finished practice not too long ago.
Thank you, Cheryl. You're a good kid. Stay healthy. Oh, wait a minute, kid. Monica Belmont?
Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing, just got a few questions for you.
Questions about what?
And I see you got a few work? Ready for work?
Yeah.
40 minutes ago.
I'm getting ready for state. For next year, though.
Next year? What happened to this year? Well, it is my business. Your least favorite teacher, Mr. Marengo's been murdered.
Murdered?
That's right. Murdered. And I have reason to believe you did it.
Why would I do that? I mean, I didn't like him. I probably should have, maybe, I don't know. But I would have interfered with my track career.
It makes sense that you couldn't go to state this year because you had a failing grade. And it just so happens that failing grade was from Marengo's class. What happened? You couldn't pass it? You couldn't hang with his theology teachings? What's going on? You got so fed up with it that you had to poison him. And the poison didn't work, so you finished him off.
What?
I know what happened. I know it was you. So just confess to it.
You don't have any proof.
The proof is there. I saw the scratches on the floor from your track spikes because you got just done with practice and you murdered him. Morning practice, I know. Laugh it up. You'll be going to jail for a long time, sweetie.
Whatever, I don't know.
Monica, wait. One good reason to believe you didn't do it.
Well, it couldn't have been me. I was running late to track practice. Yeah, I mean, I ran by the brother's house, but I didn't kill Mr. Marengo. Ask Maria Salazar. She saw me.
Maria Salazar. Running late for track practice, that would explain the spikes on the... I better go look at Maria, girl. She might be my next suspect. But first, the school wanted me to take a tour. I'd better find that fella, Johnny Hollowitz, my Holy Cross tour guide.
Detective!
Howdy, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Great. Are you ready for that tour?
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Style, man.
Thanks. I'm thinking what you're wearing too. If you don't mind, Detective, I'll tell you a little bit about the school as we walk around.
That sounds good.
Okay, let's do this. So, how's your day?
Lovely school you got here.
Thanks. We've been doing some renovations as well as some paintings up on the walls, and they're pretty nice. They tell the story of the Holy Cross pretty well.
Well, it's lovely. I'm kind of taking a liking to this place. I noticed you've been polishing up on all those trophies you got back there.
Of course, we got so many state championships that I've actually lost count. After you, sir. You? Check out all the banners that we have in our old gym here. After you. As you can see, we have so many state champions that I can't even keep track of.
You guys are like the overachievers.
We are. We're proud of everything we do. Anyway, let's continue on.
Back to business.
Go back to business. Let's go to our office. Let's go to my office so I can show you some more about our school. Give you the rundown on all of our achievements, so you know everything about Marengo. You can ask me any questions about him if you need. Anything really. If you need water, ask me. I'll give it to you. Alright, the detective is very kind, you know. We just actually stop and take a look at all these trophies we got. We win so many trophies that I don't even know what to do with them. This display case is just getting way too small, getting filled up. We're gonna have to make an add-on to it.
Said it before, you guys are just quite the overachievers. My old school never had anything like this.
Never seen anything like it happen. Nope. That's because we're Holy Cross. And we're a great school. And I take pride in that. We have so many cheerleading championships. You know, we have 9 times placed in NCAA national championships. Can you believe that?
I didn't even know cheerleaders could get trophies.
Surely you jest, detective. Well, let's go on to my office.
I see you guys have excellence in education.
Yes, very. You know, we're so great. Father Basil Moreau once said, the mind will not be cultivated at the expense of the heart. That's part of our code, and that is what we live by. Those are the mandates we always follow. We make sure all of our students graduate. We get 99% graduation rate, and all of them follow that rule. They become leaders in society, and they become great citizens. We have a 98% college acceptance rate, which is so great.
You know, you can let your guard down with me, huh? You ain't gotta be so. I'm just here to taking the tour, figuring out this investigation.
Well, let's go into my office. Oh my God, somebody.
Little prank the kids do on you?
No, it's we had to share, and so. Well done. I'm sorry about that.
It's alright.
Come in, detective. After you.
Alright.
We can hit the lights. Yeah, lights. Let's have a seat. As you can see, detective, we're a really great school, and I hope you know that. If you have any questions about Marengo, just ask.
Will do. It's a heavy investigation. I know it's troubling times for you in this community, losing a teacher like that.
But you know, he wasn't really a great teacher. He failed our students, and they couldn't go to track. They couldn't go to state. There's just a terrible fiasco that I don't even know what we're gonna do.
Well, first you gotta replace him. That's gonna be hard.
Actually, it'll be pretty easy because I could replace him with anybody. Just be just as good.
You seem to have a bit of bitterness towards him.
Well, I have every right to. He was making our school just not a good place. He just wasn't doing any justice for our school, you know?
I understand.
Our students couldn't even go to state because Marengo was failing them all, but he wasn't even a good teacher in the beginning.
Students like Monica Belmont.
Monica Belmont, exactly. Have you talked to her?
I spoke with her earlier. A few words.
I thought she might be. She's pretty suspicious to me.
I looked into it.
And what did you find?
She led me to Maria Salazar. Would by a chance you know?
You know, this is around the time she takes a drink of water right here. Let's go see her, detective. Come on. Alrighty, let's go. So, she should be right over here. Maria, the detective wants to have a word with you. Right back.
Oh my God.
Fiddlesticks. That could have been my perp. I guess I'll visit her in the hospital sometime.
Detective, after running some tests, we discovered that the poison used to murder Marengo was in fact pesticide.
Pesticide, you say?
Yeah, man, yeah, blah, 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 yeah, blah, blah.
I think I know who did it.
What are you doing, Mr. Hollis? You were arrested for the murder of Mr. Don Marengo.
The right to remain silent. The state credible needs to be sued before the bar. With the right to an attorney, you cannot afford one.
Just another hard day's work. Who would have guessed it? Hollowitz was the actual perp. I always follow my gut instinct. Even though it was wrong 4 other times today. But in the end, my gut always gives the right guy justice. I legally changed my name to solve it for a reason. It's because no mystery ever goes unsolved. And I always get the crook I'm after.